All right, so let's get up to WWE now. So we were here, 93, he becomes IC champ for the first time, I think.
Mhm.
And so, like we talked about before, you're doing the Michaels, Diesel, and Scott thing. Did you know? It from an outsider's perspective. Let me just give you my take. It's very easy to watch a match and know who's a wrestler. Okay, you go to these indie shows like at a VFW hall. Even if you get a guy in there who worked underneath couple of the federations. He just moves differently in the ring. He moves like a wrestler. I don't know if it's a confidence or something or the training, but they move, they fall, they walk, they just move differently. Now, I think when you do the prototypical what a wrestler should look like, I think Scott was there at the perfect time because the steroid stuff was happening and the big bodies weren't gonna be okay anymore, right? They weren't gonna tolerate, or they couldn't tolerate publicly, the barbarian type look. So here's a guy like Scott, moves great, can work different styles. I mean, this is a guy that's like a laboratory wrestler for 1992. This is what you want your guy to look like, right? D How far did you think Scott could have gone?
I Without a doubt, he's probably one of the 5 most talented wrestlers that's ever I'll put him I mean, to put Scott Hall on your Mount Rushmore is not because you lost your friend. I mean, I've touched with everybody, all the Hall of Fame guys, and there's nobody better than Scott Hall. Nobody.
Mm.
Scott can wrestle, Scott can punch and kick, Scott can work babyface, Scott can work heel. I mean, he's a great tag wrestler. Scott was the total package, man.
Now he pitches the razor thing as is the popular story anyway. He pitches the razor thing to Pat and Vince. They go for it, borrowing the Scarface accent and that whole thing and all the one-liners from the film, bad guy and all that. Um, did he tire of that though? Did he wanna break out of that or was he okay, but had he not left and become Scott Hall again, would he have been okay being Razor Ramon for 20 years?
Yeah, because I think towards the end, I think that he was less Razor Ramon and more Scott Hall. Yeah, but the thing was that he was so convincing that I mean, people would every time we go someplace, man, people would, you know, anybody of Latin or Spanish, just they would always speak Spanish to fucking Scott. Scott would be like, "What the
Oh,
fuck is?"
really? Oh, that's
Yeah, oh
so
yeah,
funny.
always, man. Everybody thought he was Cuban. Like, like, no, dude, I'm from Baltimore.
Mm. Is it true he asked Tito Santana for a name that started with an R so that he could put it with Razor, and Tito gave him Ramon? I don't know, I heard that somewhere, I don't know if it's true.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll call Tito and find out. He'll probably wanna be paid for that answer, though.
Arriba.
Uh, and Raven what was he? Scotty Flamingo, right? Yeah,
Huh?
at the time. What was that vibe like? How come that wasn't the Kliq? How come Raven wasn't part of this deal?
I
Too
mean,
too tough, too hard to keep up with him with all his trivia?
no, out of Atlanta, Raven, DDP, and I traveled a lot. I got
Good
along
deal.
really. I got along great with Scotty.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Scott Levy's a genius. He's a brilliant guy. Not
Oh,
only
you can't
just
put him over like that. He's gonna believe it, and he's gonna repeat that.
he knows I love him.
Who does he credit with the toothpick gimmick? I'm sure he told me on air somewhere. I
He
don't remember half of what.
Dallas. I think because him and Dallas were both going to bring the toothpicks out, and Dallas fumble fucked his before. And so it ended up Scott being the only one that threw the toothpick.
Okay.
Yeah, but Dallas gave him the whole look.
Yes.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas told him.
Now the Diamond Mine times with Vinny Vegas, with our friend Vinny Vegas, and
Yeah,